Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and welcome to the year 2020. Happy New Year. I've said it before, but I figure I say it again. So I don't normally do videos like this. My channel isn't really like a gaming news channel, but considering how big this year is going to be for gaming, I thought I would make a video just talking a little bit about where gaming might be going, things that I'm excited about for this upcoming year, and maybe see what you guys are excited about in this upcoming year of gaming. So first and foremost is that it's no secret that we're getting the next gen of PlayStation and Xbox, and they're going to be released at the end of the year, presumably around the holidays. That's what my guess would be. We have the PS5 and I believe the Xbox Series X is what they're calling it. So that's probably the biggest in gaming news for this year, and the year just started, and that's already the biggest thing. Now I want to talk about a little bit about the consoles and hopefully what this means for gamers, and particularly things I want to see that unfortunately I don't feel that we're going to really learn until the systems drop, because when these systems launch, they don't really care about like the farming simulator type games of the industry. You know, those aren't top priority. But for me, I'm really interested to see what these new systems, what is it going to mean for the slot counts on a game like Farming Simulator, for instance. Now, I do know that Giants did say on their forum, I believe, that they are in talks with the console companies and what they can do to make the slot counts better. Now, this is a fantastic thing, because, you know, anybody that plays that console knows that the slot counts on Farming Simulator are a giant pain in the ass, okay? And with the power that these new consoles are claiming to have, you know, maybe we could get a much higher slot count, or maybe do away with the slot count altogether. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I can hope and I can pray that it will, but I just don't think that it will. You know, but yeah, that's one of the things that I'm interested in. Another thing to do with the consoles that I'm interested in is that what are they going to do for content creators and streamers? Because as of right now, although the Sony PlayStation is the most friendly to content creators and streamers, the Xbox, I believe, is catching up. But you know, I feel that in this day and age, you know, YouTube and Twitch, it's huge. It's a huge thing. You know, people are actually making their living off of creating content on video games and live streaming video games. And I really feel that the consoles need to step up their game and do everything they can to make it easier on us content creators. I don't own a PC, so I don't upload my videos to PC and edit them and then release them. I do all of my editing through the Share Factory, and the Share Factory isn't necessarily bad, but it's definitely nowhere near what you can do on PC. You know, and then even if you have PC, I forget what the device is called, and if I'll look it up and I'll flash it on the screen what the device is called, but it's basically like a go-between that you can plug your PlayStation into that, and then that plugs into your PC, and you can capture your console video on your PC, and then you can use the PC software to edit it. You know, and we're talking, it's not cheap. It's a pretty expensive piece of hardware. But I feel moving forward that the consoles, they really should implement something better already in the system. You know, Sony really needs to update its Share Factory software And Microsoft really needs to get on the ball and add something, comparable to what Sony has. Now, I'm not really one for commenting on rumors and things like that, because anything I hear about the new consoles, I take with a grain of salt. The Xbox, they have came out and they've said quite a bit about theirs. I mean, they've already presented what the new Xbox looks like and all that. Sony's still very tight-lipped about it. They've said some things. But the one rumor that I heard that I kind of hope is true is that they're going to have an integrated webcam in the PS5. So now, although I'm not really one to put my face on my videos or my streams, I think that's a huge thing for them to do if they're going to do it. Now, again, this isn't confirmed, but if it is indeed something that is going to be on the new PS5, then I feel that that's a huge step in saying that they're really going to, look out for the content creators and the streamers, which is a really good thing. Now, let's get into actual games, because we still have a lot of time before those consoles come out. So we still have a ton of games that should come out this year. And, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not talking about all the AAA games, like the Assassin's Creed and all that. Those are going to come regardless. What I want to talk about is simulator games. And I have a funny feeling that this is going to be a very good year for simulator games on console. And I'm just going by how 2019 was. 2019 we got, I believe, Train Sim World came out in 2019. I could be wrong on that, but there's Train Sim World, there's Car Mechanic Simulator, there's Bus Simulator. Just recently, the Barents Sea game, Fishing the Barents Sea, released, which is a computer game that's a simulator. So we're getting all these cool games coming out finally for console. I'm not going to mention that truck driver game because we just don't talk about that. But the good thing about it is that with all these simulators coming out, I think it's going to show the developers that there is a market for those kinds of games on console, and I think that's what the developers really need, because they're taking all the risk by releasing a game on console, especially when you're talking a simulator game, because consoles aren't known for their simulator titles. They're just not. And we can argue all day about whether the current generation of consoles can handle these types of games or not. I think that's kind of besides the point. I think that the real factor is that developers are just scared to put money and time into a game that may not sell to the consoles. So, companies like Astragon, who brought out Bus Simulator, I really believe that they're going to help that process, and it's going to show other developers that these games are popular to the right community. And there are a big chunk of the gaming community on console that would love to see proper simulators. I know myself, I would absolutely love to see American Truck Simulator or European Truck Simulator 2 come to console. And I highly doubt that'll ever happen. But, I would love to see another developer tackle that and try to bring that to console. I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but Truck Driver just doesn't hit the mark. They made it very clear that that's not the kind of game that they were intent on making, which I feel is a big mistake on their part, because what they put out just isn't what anybody really wanted. And I shouldn't say anybody, because I'm sure it's got its fans. I don't want to generalize. I don't want to be told I'm speaking for people that I'm, whatever. So I apologize. That's just my opinion. It's not the truck driving game I wanted. You know, I'm sure my 8-year-old self would have loved Truck Driver. You know, but sitting here at 40 years old, yeah, Truck Driver just really isn't my cup of tea to play. You know, I would like something more in depth. With that being said, you know, Bus Simulator, they have free DLC coming out on January 16th. They're going to have a DLC. It's going to be custom interiors for, I believe, the MAN bus and the Mercedes buses. And basically they said that they're going to release those for free for console as like a thank you for putting up with all the bugs and stuff that they had to game at launch, which I feel is a really good thing to do. I think that shows a lot of character for that developer to do something like that. So, with that being said, I think that's all I really have to say about it. I gotta say, guys, I'm really excited about this year. I think it's going to be a really good year. I'm excited about the new consoles, regardless. I think they're going to be fantastic from everything I heard about them. But what do you guys think? You know, what do you want to see this year? What do you want out of the consoles that, you know, they haven't told us yet? What are you hoping that we're going to see on the consoles? What games are you looking forward to? Are there any PC games that you would like to see come to console? You know, and what are your thoughts? Feel free to leave them in the comments. Join my Discord. I'll put the link to that in the description. And I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. And we'll see you next time, guys.